I'm just out of Zumba. You know what? Whoops. I want to turn Wi-Fi off because I usually and can lose the video sometimes. How's it going? Hello. Okay, so I'm in the parking lot of the gym and a little sweaty, but dried off a little bit before I popped go live. And quite honestly, this video has been coming through me most of today in just formulating itself together, but it went through its iterations of, you know what? I woke up cranky today. I did. I put myself in timeout, which meant just going back to bed this morning to clear the energy. Yeah, let's, hold on. Is this even live? How come there's nobody here? Where is everybody? Oh, I don't want to add people. Oh, share my broadcast with everybody. Hello. All right. I don't know how this works. Oh, shoot. Now I have my whole screen up. Okay, listen, I'm going to keep this short then. Is that, hello, one person who showed up, say hi. Let me know you're here. So I woke up today cranky and I put myself in bed and just like was really present with what I was feeling and not necessarily making where I was feeling wrong, but really being present with myself and like, what is it that I was feeling? You know, what were the stories going through my mind? You know, it was like, what did I have expectations of myself? And so I had a plan for today, right? So there's the crankiness piece. I went back to bed, I did some energy work, I did some visioning, and I just fully on surrendered to the day and what it is that I was being called and led to do, which meant being in my pajamas and slippers and a cozy bathrobe, sitting on my couch working today until about noon, when I was just like done. And I just called a friend and said, hey, do you want to go get lunch? And put aside everything that was on the task list, the to-dos, the things that need to be taken care of, because I knew that where I was in the energy, like to move forward in some of those tasks was not going to be beneficial to anything. It was only going to be harder. It was probably going to go wrong. And so, but the last thing on my mind was taking time off in the middle of the day to go have lunch with somebody when I feel like I wasn't productive enough in the morning. Okay. So there's a little bit about, clarity. Oh my God. See, here's the thing. There were so many things coming through my brain today to share. And it was just like I was getting bombarded. And like my mind, what I do is I take these concepts of consciousness and bring them into a language that can be transmitted energetically through my voice so that those that are watching and receiving can take in the transmission of the information, and you don't even need to understand it intellectually. But as I was in Zumba class tonight, what I was really like noticing as I was going left and everybody was going right and I was stepping forward and people were stepping back is that like I've had to really, and I encourage you to be okay with being wrong, because in these times, so what's happening, that's the whole point of this video, is that the crankiness, the questioning everything, the confusion is that we're all going through a time of change. We're all going through these shifts in consciousness and these changes in our reality and shifting into different dimensions of experience, especially for those that have been doing the personal work and especially for the empathic entrepreneurs and sensitive leaders who are guiding others, whose work has a ripple effect out in the world. So you're going to be feeling these changes pretty drastically, and you're going to have to just allow yourself to feel what you feel, put aside the to-do list, you know, allow yourself the confusion as you start to come into a new way of being. Because here's the thing, if you want to be that next level entrepreneur, if you want to be, you know, the healer that everybody goes to, if you want to be in that loving relationship, have that healthy body and have, you know, the money, change the story around your money and the experience that you're having, then your consciousness needs to shift, not just your mindset. Here's the thing, only you're operating from 10% of your 10% of your mind is your conscious mind. 10% of what you are aware of day after day is only 10%. 90% of it is in the background running in your subconscious mind. That's where the conditioning is. That's where the programming is. That's where, like, if you grow up in a family where there was lack and limitation and such, that was like a second language. Okay? And so as you're wanting to create these shifts in your physical, your outer reality, you have to not only work on that 90% of your mind, the subconscious mind, but you also have to work like on your energetic being, the consciousness that you channel, right? You can't be showing up with, let's use some language around 3D limitations and expect to be living in this 5D abundant flow world. So what we're in right now, because we are always in cycles and seasons in some way, the season that we're in right now, the cycle that we're in right now is that everything is shifting and changing. Everything is being broken up. It's kind of like your snow globe has been broken up, and all of the pieces that are going to come falling down, you get to choose. It depends on like where you're focusing. Like, can you really let yourself let go of the limitations, the fear, the lack, the conditioning, the responsibility, the good girl, good boy roles, and finally just allow like who you are from a deep soul space to come through. And that's what this whole season is right now. That's why you're likely feeling cranky, or your fuse is really small, or your temper is short, is that because there's an inner and an outer shift happening, right? So there's the outer being, we'll say the greater level of consciousness, your higher self wanting to integrate with your experience, and the inner conflict is those limitations, those fears, those parts of you that still want to be a part of something, or afraid to be different. And so that inner conflict starts to create this crankiness, or this emotional turmoil, or maybe even anxiety or depression or overwhelm. And then when you're having those, it's like those are your signals. Those are your signals for you to tune in and like, what is it that I really want for myself? What is it that I'm really like choosing for myself? And that's where the confusion comes in, because we get confused because it's like there's a deep part of you that knows more is possible. There's a deep part of you that knows that your relationship story, your money story, the work that you have to share, the talents, the gifts, the natural gifts and genius that you are is meant to come through you. But then you're looking around and there's no evidence, or you don't see a lot of people doing it, or you think that you're doing it wrong, or you're not doing enough, right? All of these stories, the confusion, right? Because there's a deep part of you that's maybe telling you to chill out, you need to rest, you need to recuperate. And then your mind is like, you gotta be busy, you gotta do. And that's where another conflict, that's where confusion happens. And so it's like, don't make where you are right now wrong. Don't make any like big drastic decisions from a confused space, right? So when you're in that confused space, you can just understand that there's a recalculation happening. There's a reconfiguration happening. And to really listen, okay, what do I need right now? Do I need stillness? Do I need to move my body? Do I need to be in the woods? Do I need to drink more water? Like, what do you need? Do I need to have ice cream for dinner? Whatever the freak it is, like, listen to your body. I just had a client message me the other day. She's like, out of the blue, she's like, at a very random time at night when I should be putting my kids to bed, I got this intuitive hit to go to the store to get stuff to bake a cake. And her husband wasn't really happy about it, but she went, she knew, and in the midst of making this cake, she had this like brilliant aha realization for herself. And so your intuitive guidance is always going to be guiding you. So right now, as things are kind of like your snow globe of life is kind of floating around, it's a great time for you to like make sure that you're super grounded. I posted in one of my stories today about how like sitting in my pajamas, sipping coffee, and like just like taking care of some things was really grounding in what I needed. Even though I had a list of things that needed to be done, nope, it's what I needed to do. And then on top of it, going for lunch with a friend really supported shaking up some energy. So then when I came back, I found, it's just like almost incredible to me. So wait, the last thing I want to talk about, I have to say this. It's like I'm almost afraid to say it. I don't even know why, because it's like such a freaking miracle. So what is the thing that usually drives you? What is the thing that makes you feel anxious or makes you feel like you have to do, show up, hustle, right? That inner conflict when your inner being is like, well, slow down. I need to integrate this new energy. I need to integrate this new level of awareness and stuff. But then your mind is like, go, do, right? That inner conflict. So my point is that I kept tuning in to what it is that I needed to do for me. And there was still a part of my mind in the way back. I heard the story. You're not being productive enough. You're not marketing your course that's starting this Friday. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And I know that taking action from those like shoulds and have tos, when my energy is not aligned, that it's just fruitless. It's just nobody lands, nobody sees it. It's just, it doesn't transmit the way that it's meant to. Like right now, I hope you guys can feel me. I mean, there is massive energy coming through me. And it's like, this is a space that like I needed to take today to be with myself, to allow myself to get to, even though in the morning in my mind, I was like, I'm going to do a live first thing in the morning. No, because I wasn't energetically aligned. So while this crankiness, confusion, and questioning everything is going on, you're just being realigned, you're being reconfigured, you're being shifted and changed. Like there's part of you that has been on the growth journey, the awakening path, like a lightening process. Then you're going through a reconfiguration. Hi, Kagan. And you got to allow yourself to do that. And so what was the last part? So what I wanted to say was, so after all of that, after lunch, I came back, I tuned in, what do I want to do? Part of me was like a nap. And I was like, wait, do I really want a nap? Or is this like just some resistance to some of the things that I needed to do today that I really didn't feel like doing? Some just administrative stuff. So I ended up taking care of things, like having this awesome, miraculous thing happen, that I found a bunch of money that I didn't even know I had in this account that I didn't even know existed. I freaking love my past self. She's fucking awesome. She really set me up in some good ways. And so while I didn't work all day, I did, because I was working on my energetic vibration and allowing this new energy to come through me so I can transmit it to you. Because every time that I'm about to launch a course, I'm energetically being reconfigured so that those that come into the field, they can receive what it is that I'm transmitting. And so the last piece, crankiness, confusion. And like questioning it all. Yeah. So that goes to what the earlier point, which was don't make any big decisions right now. Right? You are going to be questioning it all. And rather than, because what the mind does is when we're starting to go through these processes of change and reconfiguration, it does kick off the nervous system, right? Your nervous system, your fight, flight, or survival system gets kicked off. And then it kicks off your mind, and it starts kicking off your mind about like, you should be working, you should be doing this, you're not doing enough, you got to do, right? And if you're here, and somebody's here, if you're here and you're sensitive and you're empathic and you're energetically in tuned and you're here to share your art, your message, your essence, your healing, then the energetic alignment and attunement is so much worth your time and attention, because your mind will tell you that it's going to take too long. Your mind's going to tell you don't have enough time. It's all not true, because you're going to come through it on the other side so much better. So part of the questioning everything is your nervous system getting kicked up, but it's also the core of who you are, like your soul coming through, your greatest desires and vision for yourself that maybe you just had in the back of your mind as a faraway dream and desire. Like things are being cleared away for that to come to the surface, for you to actually choose from that space. And so questioning it all, like really encourage you to like really dig deep into what it is that you really want for yourself in all areas of your life. Because when you clear away a limitation, a core belief, a core fear about even one area of your life, and that's my superpower, is being able to go in and see where the core of the thing is and support you in changing all that for yourself on your mind level, but also your energy and your vibrational blueprint and your subconscious. So when you shift that, what am I saying? Oh my God, I got lost. So when you go through all these energetic shifts, you come out the other side just so much more aligned and available for the desires that you want. So as I said earlier, if you're catching this late, is that when you're making shifts and changes in your life, it goes beyond making a mindset shift. It goes into shifting a change in consciousness. So if you're wanting to have better relationships, if you're wanting to have more money, if you're wanting to have a booming business, if you're wanting to share your art and your essence and your healing more freely, right? If there's a dream within you that wants to be birthed, then these are the times and these are the opportunities now where you get a chance to shift your consciousness, to become the person who is already doing the thing that you say that you want to. You can't hang on to limitation and then want abundance. You can't hang on to fear and then, want to have a full-on expression of yourself. You can't hold on to broken hearts and betrayal and, want that soulmate love. You have to have a shift in consciousness to be able to allow yourself to become in alignment with it and to become that person and allow it into your life. So, questioning everything right now, put your focus on what it is that you really want for yourself, and really, really push yourself to go beyond what you've even thought in your mind, and really start to ask yourself, these things that I've said that I want, do I really want them? Because your choice is so freaking powerful. Your choice is your superpower. And so speaking of superpowers, the course that I'm talking about, Embodied Mastery, it opens Friday. It's for the, those who want to tap more deeply into, there's something in your way. You know that you've been living by conditioning. You know you've been living by limitation. You know that you've been, surrounded by lack and limitation, and you want to go beyond more, but you just don't know how. That's what this is. That's what this embodied mastery is, because you are a master. And what I do as a guide is support you in clearing away the things that prevent you from realizing the master that you are. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level in whatever area, because like I said, we're in this opportunity of shift and change. I mean, this one client that we're wrapping up with in a previous, in Rebel Rising, she had a dream for 15 years. In 4 weeks together, after 15 years of having this dream, she's already taking steps, ordering the things, going to training, so that this it's actually starting to come into form already. Why? Because we did the inner work. It's the inner work. It doesn't have to be hard. So what my point is right now is that if you're waking up cranky, it's all part of it. If you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like you're questioning it all, you're in a great space. And I highly, highly encourage you and support you in focusing on what is it that I want for all areas of my life, and what are you willing to do for yourself. Oh my God, I've got goosebumps everywhere. What are you willing to do for yourself in order to make that dream, that life, that vision, that, allowing more of who you are to come through and be the expression in this life? What are you willing to do? I got a little distracted by a handsome guy. What are you willing to do? And if the dream has been sitting within you, if the desire has been sitting within you for this long, how much longer are you going to put it off? And so I'll wrap this video up by saying, and I'll put the link to my course inside the comments. It's www.kellyanncorey.com/embodied mastery. And you have to apply to apply, and just message me if you have any questions about it. So I want to make sure it's a really good fit, because it's a high touch, one-on-one, really intimate 6 weeks that we have together. And you have access to me 24/7. You get weekly calls. It's been pretty phenomenal. It's for me even to witness the shifts and changes that people go through. And so we're in this time right now. You are being fully supported to shed, release, let go of, let the walls drop, You know, let the walls around your heart drop. Like, let yourself open up, be seen, receive. You know, let yourself express. Like, let the authentic you come out. Let yourself be the expression the way that your heart and your soul deeply knows that there's another way of being, that you're ready to be showing up in those ways. Yeah. All right, message me if you have any questions. I'm out of here. Time to go take a shower. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the replay. And again, if you have any questions, message me. This is like no pressure at all. You know, let's make sure that we're a good fit. And talk to you soon.